New Kid on the Block is the 8th episode of the 4th season of The Simpsons, and I like the main plot here, but I actually really like the subplot a lot more. I just found it to be a lot funnier. This was directed by Wesley Archer, aired originally in November 1992, and the main plot refers to this new neighbour who has moved in next to The Simpsons, and it's very rare that we get to see the opposite side of The Simpsons house. Normally we see the Flanders house. So it's quite nice to see the other home and the similarities and differences in the way they've decided to animate it. And Bart meets this slightly older girl there called Laura Powers, the daughter of Ruth Powers, and he instantly develops a crush and he wants to spend time with her. But she ends up dating Jimbo Jones, who we know has bullied Bart quite a lot and is one of Bart's enemies. So this is twofold going to hurt him a lot. And I don't want to say I like episodes where Bart is hurting or upset, because that's not what I mean. But usually Bart has this barrier in front of him where he has this couldn't care less attitude, a bit of a rebel. But actually, when we get to see his real emotions, it's really moving and really effective. So I loved seeing the next door neighbour. I thought that was really interesting. And we do occasionally see mostly Ruth Powers, but occasionally Laura Powers as well popping up. And it was interesting to see how Bart responded to this as his interest in Laura developed. So I really enjoyed that aspect of it as the main narrative. But also, I love the subplot of Homer suing the all-you-can-eat restaurant because he was kicked out. Because, as we know, Homer should not be allowed to eat all he can eat because he will not stop. That man is a machine. And it's not so much the fact that I enjoyed him suing the restaurant, but I enjoyed what happened as that part of the narrative unfolded. I found it to be very funny, very entertaining, really thoroughly enjoyed it. Marge reacted as expected, to be perfectly honest, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it. So for me, New Kid on the Block is a really well written episode that's got a lot of substance to it, that's quite funny, but quite moving as well, certainly from Bart's perspective. Homer is brilliant in this one, and I really thoroughly enjoyed um, the way that that side of the narrative developed. Definitely had a lot of fun with this one. I don't think it's necessarily my all-time favourite episode, but certainly it's a strong contender. New Kid on the Block is definitely a brilliant episode.